Hi, this is Aman from the Great Grad Job Hunt, and I'm a law graduate from City University of London, and this is my job hunt so far. Many of you may have just graduated uni, you may be final year students, and you're probably thinking, alright, what the hell do I do now? But let me be the first to tell you that it's completely okay to be unsure and to be a bit confused. I found that by going to these networking events, and especially the alumni event that I went to, there were quite a few people there who were beginning to create startups for themselves. I asked them a bit about what they were doing with their company, and then I simply just told them straight that I am pretty interested in what they're doing, and I asked them if it was possible to perhaps maybe visit them or come and see them at work and maybe shadow them for a bit.
Recently I got a phone call from a company that I'd applied to, and it was just a general courtesy call, and they were asking me if I could resend them my CV because for some reason, the one I'd sent them was corrupt or it didn't open up. And while they were on the phone to me, they asked me if it were possible to answer a few questions, and I said, yeah, sure. But little did I know this ended up turning into a telephone interview, and I really wasn't ready for it. One of the companies that I applied to recently, I made it through to their final stage of the recruitment process. So I'd had telephone screenings, I had CV checks, I'd done video interviews and whatnot, and made it through to the last stage, which was the assessment centre. I dedicated a lot of time and effort selectively applying for a few graduate schemes here and there. One in particular, I'd made it through about 4 stages of the application process, and I got to the final assessment centre where I had to endure 4 aptitude tests, I think 3 interviews, and I was there for about 5 hours. And a couple of weeks later, I got the call that I'd only just missed out. But this CV, I had used it a few months ago, early this year, and I still, felt the need to make changes to it just so that it would be as up to date as possible. In my last video, I spoke about adding value to myself and trying to further develop and refine my own skills to aid me and to help me get closer to achieving my end goal of landing that graduate job. I took up a part-time job in retail for a couple of months just to keep myself busy, give myself something to do, and to earn a little bit of money on the side. So a few of the other things that I considered before applying was the length of the contract, the prospects after the initial training stage was over, what the company could offer me, what perks they had, and if I'd be doing a service to people and helping others through my work. So it had to be personally fulfilling for me anyway. I compiled a list of 10 consulting firms, small to medium-sized firms, and I chose 5 local ones and 5 within central London, and I decided just to ring them up. So I essentially went cold calling. Something that I did find particularly surprising was that some of the smaller family-run or local independent firms, they appeared to be more professional and knowledgeable compared to 1 or 2 of the medium-sized city firms that I called. And I found the job that was perfect for me. And the only problem was that it had a bit of a short deadline. I believe it was 1 or 2 days. Now, I was faced with a dilemma. Do I go and see the film or do I apply for the job? I thought I could get away with having a nice day out with my family and getting the application done. Tried both, only one really worked out, to be honest. I recently managed to get in touch with and speak to a few people working for 3 of the big 4 accounting firms. And I was able to ask these people a little bit about how they managed to secure their jobs with these large companies and what it's like working for them. And I also got some great bits of advice on how to go about applications and get in touch with recruiters and do certain things to really make myself stand out in my applications. Other than that, yeah, I think the assessment centre went okay. Like I said, there were a few instances where things didn't go so well. So for example, people turned up really late. A lot of us didn't know what the current stock or share prices were or who the company CEO was. In my instance, I felt that I'd over-prepared some of my points when I was going for my interview. But hopefully these can all be things that I can use as a learning experience and that you guys can draw from as well.
My plan at the moment is actually in the final stages of securing an internship with a medium-sized consultancy firm within London, which I'm hoping will potentially lead to a future permanent job.